Namaste. Welcome to Wise Owl Career Guide. Today we have Miss Geetanjali with us. Herself seen various corporate roles and moved into various segments in corporate roles, and now she's working as an e-commerce entrepreneur. Please welcome Miss Geetanjali. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, hi Neha.
It's really nice to have you with us, ma'am. So, to start with, what was your educational background and how did you get your first job?
Um, I started my first interview was just with a graduation BCom, and I was doing CA and cost accounting together. So
Okay.
then I applied and I got a first job, and it was good. Like then we started again. I asked my husband I want to join MBA. So later with job I did my MBA also.
Okay, so cost accounting, CA, and then MBA as well.
Yeah.
Or, oh wow. So what are the various roles that you held? What was the first major role that you had in your career?
First job was with Z Interactive Learning Systems, and it was an educational, chain of centers in Nepal. So we
Okay.
started with one, and I was country head for the company, and we started with one, and we got into a lot of government trainings, which was quite good, and
Mhm.
then met a lot of top people there in Nepal, government officials, and then when I left, it was about 6 centers.
Okay.
So yeah, so I worked for about 3 years there.
So after Z, what was the next move for you, ma'am?
Thereafter, I plan to come back to India, which is my major hometown, you can say, which is Kolkata, and my mom was also there. Yeah, so I wanted to be with her since she was not keeping too well, also. So I wanted to be with her. So then I just came and applied in Vodafone, and worked again in retail segment, which is very
Okay.
interesting, and sales. So both together was a new challenge, and my Z Interactive experience of meeting people and getting the deals done for the company helped me when I joined Voda. So that
Okay.
really helped and encouraged me to
So,
get
ma'am,
into sales.
was it easy to make that switch from one segment from a trainer to into a sales segment? Was it easy to switch, or there were problems?
Basically what happens is every experience helps you to get into a new role, and you put in your efforts, and the your team also helps you, your seniors also helps you, but then you have to have the zeal to learn and grow. So it was
Right.
very challenging, very interesting also. So it was quite nice.
So, what was the kind of work that you did on a day-to-day basis kind of a thing in Vodafone in the sales segment?
uh, it was meeting people and talking about the deals, and then making them understand the whole thing. It was new then. That time this telecom industry was new, people were excited, and we too were excited, and the team was quite it was finding, like, very nice. It was, so then it wasn't as competitive like now, but then
Right.
that was quite nice and new segment altogether, so it was good.
Okay, so after Vodafone, you were in telecom or you switched industry?
No, I again joined telecom only,
Okay,
Airtel. Yeah.
okay. And in Airtel, you were again in sales, or was there again a different department
It was
altogether?
totally different. It was this time customer service, customer care. Yeah, totally
Okay,
different, and into provisioning and back end totally. So when I joined this time, it was more of system, more of knowledge about how it works, how the system works, how you provision your services. So that type. So that was the total switch altogether. It was no customer interface at all. I mean, it
okay,
was through not like face to face. It was like on system.
okay. So a lot of people who are looking for jobs or who are currently in jobs, they find switching segments, let's say from training to a sales to something else, a back end job or, a HR job, very difficult. What would you suggest that they need to do to be able to make that switch, to be able to, have that kind of a job and exposure?
I feel it is not always difficult, but then you need to follow your heart and understand what interests you, because it's not always something which you follow because you've done this and you continue to do that. So you need to find interest, what you like to do, because end of the day you are spending most of the time in your office and your work, and which has to be interesting, I feel. So
Right.
you need to have little bit of new thing in life, because if it is the same thing it gets monotonous also, whether it's sales or customer service or anything. So
Hmm.
I feel that interests me more and makes me used to make me very going on that change of mode, but depends on people how they want to do.
Right. So then you took a complete change and became an entrepreneur with your own e-commerce business.
Yeah.
What brought about that? Leaving the corporate world, the safety of a job?
Basically, I wanted to be free from my, 9 to 5, 9 to 8, and answering, and you're answerable for everything. See, it has both pros and cons. You are getting a good package end of the month, which is fixed, and you don't need to worry about money and all that. But then again, it comes with a total package. Like you are answerable, you are there, you have to be there, and you can't take. So I thought, like, now it's high time. It's been quite many years I've been working. Now I think I should move out and try something new for myself. So which took me to this, and yeah, I'm free now.
Okay, so what were the factors that you considered or thought about when you were getting into this segment? Because again, this was a totally new segment for you, coming
Yeah.
from telecom and training background and not taking something up in those sectors. You decided to move into e-commerce.
Yeah.
And what were the considerations or pros and cons that you went through before taking that decision?
um First of all, it was totally new, as you said. Everything was new. I mean, the platform, and then how to get the payment and everything. So little bit of research I did, and I tried to find out what is my market and how I can get there or make some position. So that's helped me, and that time, COVID time, and people were at home, and this all put together helped me out to come up, and this was the right time, I guess, which I was lucky I moved into this.
So, which is the segment that you're, working on, and how did you go about getting the business?
Um, I used to like clothing always. It interested me. I had some taste, and people used to like it from in the very beginning. Like whatever I used to make it for myself, or something which I used to design for myself. Everybody used to appreciate me, my cousins or my friends or my office colleagues. Everybody used to encourage me. So some I used to do designing for them. Otherwise, also when I used to work, offline, I used to do, so which I took it as a next step. I started talking to my tailors and assembling colors. So that's how that developed my interest.
So, you manage the entire thing on your own. If somebody wants to get into this segment, what is the kind of investment that they should look at, and the kind of setup they would require for this?
Investment depends how big you want to make it. So it is like on you how much you feel you can. So it was like it depends on that and how big is your market. So accordingly, you need to have a initial amount of investment ready,
Okay.
because you need to have your things with you, and then only you can do the supply.
So, you only are doing this on an online platform, no offline stores or anything, how difficult or easy it is to, get a foothold in the online market, considering,
Uh,
Amazon or and Flipkarts and all, they have very low cost options available. So how do you get a foothold? What is it that needs to be considered and worked
I
on? What
feel
kind of strategy?
main thing is I go by the quality. I don't go by the I whoever wants to take it from me, they know that they'll get a best of the quality. So on that, that's the only key thing I work on. So I just don't go by, because Flipkart and Amazon, they don't have any quality check. Anybody
Right,
can join in and anybody can sell anything. So
right,
you have a very strong return policy, but then people always, I've seen, they try and see, and only then they're sure about it. Till date, I don't think Flipkart or Amazon can say yes, we can vouch for our quality. No, there's no check. So for
right.
that, a very small first business segment what I have, I can at least say 100% quality I can guarantee for. So that
Okay.
is
So you're targeting national market or international market, ma'am?
um it's both, in fact both.
Oh,
Yeah, I have some very good clients abroad also, and
okay,
it's all over. In fact, I've been shipping and doing small supplies, and I'm doing tailoring also for them. So I'm getting it
okay.
ready, done.
So there is a market for Indian dresses abroad?
um Actually, it is not so much used the way Indians do here, but it's
Okay.
just like occasion wise they require. So it would not be like regular wear, but then they have some occasion where they like to take it.
So, ma'am, with your corporate career and now your business, what is that one advice that you would like to give to people so that, there is a growth in whichever field they are? What is those, one or two tips that you would suggest people should keep in mind?
I don't know whether it works for everybody, but then I always believe follow your heart, and find happiness in what you do. That's the main thing, because if you're not happy, you can't give 100%, and
Right.
there's no point. I mean, you're not able to do justice to your job or business or whatever you do, whether it's studies or whichever profession you go in. So something
Mm-hmm.
which I've always told my daughter also: follow your heart and feel you are doing what you're doing. You should be able to do 24 hours also. So
Okay.
that should be the thing I feel. So I've been doing throughout that. So and I'm enjoying. I don't I don't regret anything, whatever I did till date. That's it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was very interesting talking to you and some very interesting tips
Thank
also that
you.
we
Thank
got
you
from
so much.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So that was Miss Gitanjali sharing with us her career journey, how she's managed to switch not only companies but various departments in each of the companies, and is currently running her own e-commerce business in clothings. What she said about having a goal in mind about what is it that you like and what is it that you enjoy, something that you can do 24/7 is the kind of work that you should get in. And once you've decided that, then you have to find ways and means of achieving it. But first, you need to know your mind. If you're doing something that you don't enjoy, then start looking for things that you do enjoy or you can enjoy. Until and unless you've tried it, you will not know. It's not necessary to have all the answers the minute you start. It is not necessary to know it and be right about it, and you are stuck with it. You're stuck with it only if you don't follow your heart and you don't show the effort and the determination to make that switch. I hope you really like the session, and if you have any questions that you want to ask her, please do write below in the comments and we'll return back to you. Do like and share the channel. Thank you so much.